Okay, let's
Here,
get
wait.
ready to
I'm just about to
rumble.
call Joey.
You guys,
Here, let me hang up real
about to
quick.
get this
Hop
call
on this call real
launched
quick, all
off,
right?
so
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
send you
go
a link.
ahead and mute everybody's lines.
All right,
But you guys,
hold on.
seriously take notes, do what you gotta do, because you have to learn before you earn. And the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Joey, I don't know his middle name, Wilson, is about to come on here and throw down some heat. So let's go, baby.
It's Lansing, bro.
That's your middle name?
Yeah, that's my middle name. It's kind of
Lansing.
crazy. People made fun of me all my whole life, so don't make fun of me. What's going on, guys? Thank you for hopping on. We haven't even done an official training call yet. We've just been in full-out launch mode, just launching this thing. And obviously, you guys are the ones that are hopping on that are serious about your business, that want to make more money and want to make this thing happen. And so I can just tell you this: anybody who wants to make it happen, they can. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from, color of your skin, your background. Everybody can win here, and that's what I love about it. It's a level playing field. If you put people in, if your 3 legs are at 4, 4, and 4, you're going to be making $600 a month. No discriminating. And so it's cool, man. Me, if you don't know my full story, I grew up in an awesome family. I got an older brother who's 30 years old. I got a younger sister who just graduated nursing school, two awesome parents. I grew up in Stillwater, Minnesota, a suburb from Minneapolis. I was always the kid, the middle child that never liked being told what to do. I sucked at school. And so I was like, okay, we were wired our whole lives. If you're not good at school, you're not going to be successful. And I literally could not focus in school. And so I started hanging out with just dumbasses, basically. And when I was 19 years old, I got locked up. I did 2.5 years, basically. Got out, and I just was like, wow, I got to get my life on track. I want to be successful some way, but I don't like being told what to do, and I hated school. And that being said, I found this industry of network marketing. I consider it a legit hustle. And so, the back office, like I said, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. Anybody can have success here. And I've enrolled over 7,000 people in the industry of network marketing, and we're just having fun helping as many people as possible. And I'm going to go over a training that allowed my mentor, this exact training that I talk about, it's only going to take 10, 15 minutes. It took my buddy from zero to over $150,000 a month, exactly what I'm going to tell you. And it's really basic. This is really basic stuff. A lot of people in the industry overcomplicate things a lot of times. They're like, I need to learn everything before I get going. I need to learn how to trade Forex before I do this. I still don't know that much about Forex, and we've enrolled almost 500 people. Okay, we're going to learn this stuff together, but you don't need to know everything to be good at this business. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Okay, so ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. When I first got in this industry, I just followed the steps. People ask me all the time, how'd you have success? What are you doing different than the next person? What are you doing different than the person that can't make $1 in this industry, and you're making 6 figures? I just literally followed the system. I'm a product of the training. I'm a product of the system. I watched the successful people, and I just did exactly what they were doing. And basically, I made a list of people and showed them as fast as I could with passion and excitement. And I didn't care if they said yes or no. That's what it ultimately comes down to. But step number 1 is have fun. The more fun you have in this business, the more money you're going to make. Like legitimately, a lot of people, they'll show someone and then their best friend will tell them no. And that's why most people quit, because they get a stomach ache and they're like, oh, my best friend told me no, I'm not going to be able to get anyone to join this business. Okay, it's a 3 to 5 year plan to financial freedom. With this company, I truly believe it's a 1 to 2 year plan. Most companies, it's a 3 to 5 year plan, but because this is such a winning environment, it's a 1 to 2 year plan to actually have financial freedom in this business. So the more fun you have, the more money you make. Everything that happens to you in this business is a positive thing. If someone tells you no, that just means not now. It doesn't actually mean no. So don't get butthurt. A lot of times your friends will just want to watch you and see if you're actually serious about this thing, because they know you don't know everything about this industry. So they're like, oh, if they tell you no, it just means not now. They're going to sit back and watch you. I promise you this. Every one of my friends that told me I was stupid at first and this wasn't going to work, I just stuck with it. And eventually they all joined my business. So what I like to say is, you either pay me now or you pay me later. But either way, I'm getting paid. Okay, so step number 2 is make a fat list. The bigger the list, the bigger your paycheck. Okay, if you want to make your money back in a profit, make a list of 10 people. 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most. If you want to make big money in this, like full-time income, while you're still doing it on a part-time basis, Make a list of 200 names. If you want what I got, make a list of 200 names. On the top of that list, put SW. That stands for some will, some won't, so what? Okay, we're not looking to convince anybody. We're just looking to show everyone. On that list, put their first name, last name, phone number. 200 people. The faster you go through that list, the more money you're going to make. And so this business, it works like a jet taking off the tarmac. Okay, a jet doesn't go 30% and take off. It goes 100% for a short period, but once it takes off the ground, it floats in the air. So this is just a 1 to 2 year plan of just going 100% for a season, and you're good to go. A jet uses 90% of the fuel just in the takeoff. If you've really done personal development and studied this industry, I know a lot of top earners in this industry. If they're top earners in the industry, we're talking $100,000 a month plus, $50,000 a month plus. They date back their success to a 90-day run that they did. I know Thayer will go over a little bit more of what the 90-day run looks like, but that's why we're going so hard every single day, because it's a 90-day run. We're in week 6 and we're just warming up, and in the Jets, we're just halfway down the tarmac right now. But once that sucker takes off, boom, Chairman 100, that's $100K a month. And guess what? A lot of you people on this call will be Chairman 10, Chairman 25, Chairman 50, okay? So again, back to what I was saying, the bigger the list, the bigger the paycheck. Don't prejudge anybody. Show everybody. The people that you think will do it probably won't, and the people that you think won't do it probably will. And I just know this, if you don't show the people that you know, somebody else will, okay? And that's just happened to my business so many times where it's like, I waited 2 years to show this really sharp dude, and I finally showed him, and he goes, bro, why did you not show me this earlier? And I'm like, I prejudged you, bro. If someone would have prejudged me, I enrolled 7,000 people in this industry. I did jail time. Don't prejudge anybody. If you know people in jail, show them. They got some hustle. If you know people that have 4-year degrees, show them. If you know financial advisors, if you know doctors, lawyers, everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants the same thing, freedom, okay? So, again, bigger the list, bigger the paycheck. Number 3 is why. Why you're doing this. They say if your why doesn't make you cry, your why is not strong enough. What's going to wake you up every single morning with a burning desire to go make this thing happen day after day after day? Sometimes I'll be sitting there like, man, I can't believe how hard I go in this business every single day just to make it happen. But then I remember, why I'm doing this. Like I said, the whole jail story, there's a lot more to it, but I put my awesome family through a lot of crap for a period of my life. And I just want to be able to give back. I want freedom to be able to take my mentor, Eric Grzybowski, he said, I have a globe. I bought my parents a globe. And every year I go back to my house twice a year. He has a penthouse in Destin, Florida. He goes back to Minnesota, way up north. And he goes, Mom, spin that globe. And she spins that globe twice a year. And she points where she wants to go. And he buys the whole family tickets. And they fly around wherever they want to go twice a year. I'm just like, that's what I would love to do. My parents want to see the world too. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to travel with them. I want to buy my mom a globe, tell her to spin that thing, and say, Mom, where do you want to go? Pack your bags. Let's go make it happen. And, everybody has their reason why they do this thing. I have mine. And, every single day I have a burning desire. When I open my eyes at like 7 a.m., I'm moving. And I'm hitting people up. I'm talking to people because I know. I see the vision. I see people making this thing happen. And if you're willing to commit for a season of your life, what could you guys truly do with an extra $25,000 a month? If you were able to hit Chairman 25, it's a real thing. And I have buddies that are doing it, and you guys will meet them if you come to the convention in Miami in September. But I just look at it this way. If other people are making that happen, why can't we make it happen? If you believe you can make it happen. For those who say they can and those who say they can't are both usually right. So let me ask you again. If you guys had $25K hit your bank account on the 15th of every month, what would you be able to do with that money? Who would you be able to help? What kind of cars could you drive? What does that car look like? What does it smell like when you're sitting in that car? What music? What song are you playing? Are you playing God's Plan, Drake, in your Rolls Royce in your mansion in Miami? There's just things that when I wake up every single day, I have goals and dreams, and I want to be the best me that I can possibly be. Okay, so like I said, figure out why you're doing this. Make sure you dig deep. For Thayer, it might be his daughter. Like, he wants to give his daughter the best life she could ever imagine. I just got married about 9 months ago, and I'm the man of the house. I got to bring home the bread, okay? We don't have kids yet, but when I have kids, I promise you they're going to live the dopest lifestyle ever. It starts with me right now, grinding every single day, okay? Next thing, make a decision. Decide means to cut off from any other option. You have to make a decision right now that you're going to do this thing. You're going to need to have fun. You're going to need to make that list. You're going to need to figure out why you're doing this, but ultimately it comes down to a decision. And when you make a decision, it means to cut off from any other options. The word side, the Latin root side, means to cut off from genocide, decide, and that type of stuff. So make a decision right here, right now, that you're going to make it happen. No other option. So, and that's what did it for me. When I first got in this industry, I said, no other option. It's already done. Now the time's just going to have to pass. I'm already financially free. I'm already going to make it happen. Okay, and then number 5 is consider the source. Okay, this is a big thing for me. When I was sitting in my mentor's house the first day, he said, Joey, when you leave my house, consider the source. If someone doesn't have the lifestyle that you want, don't take advice from them. If they're not driving the cars that you want to drive, if they're not making the money that you want to make, and they try to give you their opinion, if you buy their opinion, you have to buy their lifestyle. I was 22 years old. My parents said, you either go to college or you got to move out. I'm like, okay, I'll go to college, but I already know learning from professors that are making 50 grand a year, I don't want to do that. I want to learn from people that are actually making, financial freedom money in the real world. Okay, so when my parents told me, Joey, don't join that crap, focus on school, I'm just thinking to myself, Dad, I love you to death, but you're working at Andersen Windows, you hate it, you've been working there since you're 17, I got to do this for me. I want to take my mentor's lifestyle, my mentor's opinion over your opinion. And when I was talking to my mom, when I was in the gym just a couple months ago, she said, Joey, how much money are you making? And I told her, and she's like, are you kidding me? Like, you're making more money than me and your father combined. And I don't say that to brag or impress anybody. I could care less. I just say that to impress upon you guys. We're making big things happen here. Anybody can make this happen if you want to, okay? So next thing I'm going to say is personal development. That is probably the biggest thing I'm going to talk about on this call. You have to be, you have to grow. Warren Buffett, the #1 investor of all time, he said, take your money out of your wallet and pour it into your brain, and your brain will fill up your wallet. So what are you putting in your head every single day? See that 6 inches in between your ears? That's going to dictate whether you're going to be a millionaire or not. That's going to dictate whether you're living in the house you want to live in, you're driving the cars you want to drive, giving your kids the lifestyle you want to give them. These 6 inches are going to dictate all of that. You only can make, it's called the law of the lid. John Maxwell talks about it in the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. One of them is the law of the lid. You only can make what you know. Like my dad, he works at Andersen Windows. He only makes 65 grand a year. He can't make any more right now. He doesn't know anymore. Okay, so you have to do personal development. You have to grow. Okay, so just some recommendations of what I would tell you. Just, a lot of you guys are new to the industry. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's like the #1 recommendation for all entrepreneurs. That book right there is the #1 best-selling personal finance book on the planet. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that when you get a chance. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. That's another book you should read. I used to work construction, and I would put I had an audio book of Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, and I had it in my ears every single day while I was working construction. Or Alex Morton, our personal mentor. He has a book called From Dorm Room to Millionaire, and it just lays out the basics of exactly how he went from zero to multimillionaire in this industry. And I'm only on chapter 3, but it's a good book. And then Eric Worre, GoPro. Eric Worre is like the godfather of the industry of network marketing, and GoPro literally talks from chapter 1, talking about this when you first get started in the industry and what it's going to look like, all the way to how you become a professional in this industry. So with that being said, you guys just make that list, make a huge list, get people on calls every single night, because what it's going to come down to for you is just being consistent. You don't have to work as hard as I'm working. You don't have to. I'm doing this full time. You know what you want out of this. Okay. If you want to just make part-time income, do this thing just part-time. Show 1 to 3 people a day. Make that a commitment to show 1 to 3 people a day for a season. The time's going to pass either way, whether you do this or you don't. Okay, so just make a commitment and stay consistent every single day. I think consistency, if you watch like Gary Vee or Grant Cardone or Ty Lopez, any of these guys on YouTube, these guys are they're the today's, hottest entrepreneurs, they just talk about being consistent every single day. I talk about it with Thayer all the time. It's like molding the clay. You can't just when you're molding clay, you take the water and you start putting it on there. Now you started the process, okay? And you're starting to pump the wheel and the clay's going around and you get more water and you put your hands on it and it starts to warm up. Well, eventually it comes to a point where you can form that clay into whatever you want. But if you take your hands off it for a couple days, boom, it hardens back up. Now you got to grab the water and start pumping the wheel and getting it going again. Okay, if you just keep your hands on it, you can form it to whatever you want. Boom, 3 to 5 years, 1 to 2 years, you're good to go. And that's what I talk about all the time, just staying consistent until you get the job done. So we're going to do these calls every single week. We're going to do the Zoom presentation calls every single night. Our only goal is to help you guys achieve whatever you want out of this. You can literally have anything with this vehicle. And so with that being said, I'm going to bring Cole up on the call. Cole's 19 years old. He just turned 19. I just want him to real quick talk about how he went from 0 to Platinum 2000 in a 5-week period, what that looked like, and how he got there. So Cole, you want to come share that? He's like, I don't know, man.
No. How's it going, you guys? Like Joey said, my name is Cole. I just turned 19 literally last week. And honestly, like he said, you guys, I'm literally a product of the system, okay? I'm literally I look like SpongeBob, basically, just walking around. I'm a great big sponge, and I just soak up everything that everyone says. When I got started in this industry, a few of my mentors told me, Cole, success leaves clues. And I just thought to myself, if success leaves clues, you're saying that successful people literally made a blueprint of what they did to be successful, and all we have to do is copy it. It is that simple. So most importantly, I made the decision I wanted to be successful. And then after that decision, I led it with actions, okay? Because anyone can make a decision to be successful, but then if you just go back to Netflix or go back to Fortnite or go back to whatever you're doing and just not do anything to follow up the decision, it doesn't matter, you guys. It's the actions that you do day in and day out. And like Joey said, you guys, you don't have to do this full time. You can do this part time, whatever the time, it doesn't matter because you guys know what you want to get out of it, but you have to put those actions in to get whatever you want. And you guys, over the last 5.5 weeks, I did crank out Platinum 2000, but we're on our way to Chairman 500, and we're not going to stop until we get there. And all you have to do is make the decision and then follow it up with actions, lock arms with us, and do exactly what we say we're doing. Make that list. Follow up with those people, get them on the Zoom calls that we do every single day. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or text me, and I'll literally sit on my computer all day long doing Zoom calls for whoever, you guys. I don't even care if you're on my team or not. Just hit me up and let's put people in the system, you guys. It is that simple. But now I think Matt Thayer is going to come up here and put a little bit of his input on here. But yeah, that's it.
All right, we're going to hold him to that. If you need a Zoom call, let him know.
Cool. Man, it's just crazy. It's absolutely insane that a 19-year-old kid, wow, I'm too tall for this, but yeah, so it's just crazy that, a 19-year-old kid that I met, say, 6 months ago, I showed up to Oshkosh and, he was on a couch basically smoking weed. And, when I met him, I prejudged him. I was like, you know what? This is probably the last time that I'll ever be in Oshkosh, just because I'm looking for people that are looking for me, one. But I'm also looking for people that I see potential in. We're basically talent scouts, which I'll break down that later with my build through, that I'm going to go a quick segment through. But I want to break down the last 90 days or what our 90-day plan is going to look like. Like Joey said, we're only about 6 weeks in. But it's just crazy that, a 19-year-old kid was able to do what he did in such a short period of time. But for everyone on this call, I don't care if you started today, yesterday, or when we first joined. I'm going to put a blueprint out there to where you guys can go from absolutely nothing to whatever you want in the next 90 days. But it's going to happen when you make a decision in here. If you do not make a decision in here, it's not going to matter. You can't just say that you want to be successful. You can't just say that you want something to happen. You actually have to do what Cole said. Put out massive action. So when we got started, guys, 6 weeks ago, we did a launch Zoom call. So whenever someone joins, we've been telling these guys now, hey, let's throw your launch Zoom call. So when you get a new person started, let's do launch Zoom calls. I don't care if you've been in for 6 weeks. Let's do your launch Zoom call. When Apple comes out a product, they don't just throw it on the shelves, right? They do a launch of their entire product a couple months before the product even is released. Well, guys, with this business, just like Joey said, you have to go 100% to get it off the tarmac. You can't just go at 70, 80, or 90%. It's just not going to work. So now that you guys want to take your business serious, because obviously you're on this call, understand that we need to schedule your launch Zoom call one-on-one with your people where they can see what you're doing. That's going to be the first step of your 90-day run. But after that 90-day or after that first launch Zoom call, what we're going to do is I'm going to build you up as a leader. This is for the people that actually want to be a leader in this business. If you don't want to be a leader in this business, just completely shut me off, because you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. Because here's the deal. You're not going to want to present. You're not going to want to intro. You're not going to want to do what I'm going to tell you guys. But it's good if you do. If you grow, you're going to grow what's called your wealth zone. And once you grow that wealth zone, the results start to happen. So first, we're going to do that launch Zoom. Once we do that launch Zoom, whoever joins, we're basically going to do the same exact thing for them. So if they, say we start on a Monday, we do your launch Zoom, 5 people join. Well, we're going to fill up your schedule that next week with the 5 people that just joined. We're going to ask them, hey, when do you want to do your launch Zoom? That next presentation, you are introing. You are doing all of the talking in the very, 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 very beginning. I'm not saying anything until it's time for me to do the presentation. That's the first step of stepping out of your comfort zone. So that first presentation, you're doing the intro. The next one, you're doing the first half. This third one, you're doing the entire thing, and I'm just going to share my story. By the 4th presentation, you are having your newest person doing the intro, and you follow that system. Now, over the first, month, if you follow that, you should start to have a team building. But, that's where the 90-day grind comes into place, because like when we got started, we didn't just sit on it. We took all out massive action and reached out to as many people as we possibly can. And like Joey said, it's just all about being consistent. From the time I wake up to the time that I go to bed, I am literally reaching out to new people to see what I'm doing, or I'm doing Zoom calls with current team members. But also what Joey touched on is you have to have vision. You have to have vision for the future. This is not a 7-day to 30-day, success guarantee. Like, this is something that you have to stay consistent, because some will say no, and that's okay. It doesn't matter if they say no. You just want them to know what you're doing. So then when you are on a yacht in Miami, your friends will say, well, that must be from the thing that he tried showing me 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So you just want to make sure that, you're showing everyone. And it's the biggest key to that 90-day run. But also, I'm going to break down something too that, when you're first getting started, understand that right now, you might not believe in yourself, and that's okay. Not everybody is born to be a leader. Not everyone is born, having all of the leadership qualities. And you might not have that belief in yourself that you can do it. And that you might look at me, Joey, and Cole and say, of course they can do it. I don't know if I can do it. That's okay. It's okay not to believe in yourself right away. But understand that all 3 of us, we believe in you. And what happens is we're going to keep instilling the belief in your mind. When you add that, plus all of the books and the audios and surrounding yourself around this team, what eventually will happen is you'll start to kind of believe in yourself. And then you'll step out of that comfort zone and you'll push yourself a little harder. And guess what happens when you do that? Some results start to happen and you start to think more positive. And what happens when you think positive, you start to attract the right people into your life, because people love positivity. People love you. It's almost like when you go into the gas station, someone can tell when you're having a good day. They're more interactive with you. So by just sticking around and us believing you, you'll start to be able to attract people, because your positivity and your attitude will start to rise. And once that happens and you start to have some results, whatever your goals are through this, you'll start to move towards those goals. And it all just starts with just giving us a shot to come into your life to help you out. Because I understand when you join this business, this might be your first time ever even being in network marketing. When I joined 3.5 years ago with Joey, I didn't believe that I could actually do it. But I was just dumb enough to follow everything that he said. So right now, you might not believe in yourself. You might not think you can do it, but just follow what we're saying, because we do know what we're doing. And if you just follow us, you will have the same success that Cole has, the same success that I have, the same success that Joey has. We are no different than any of you guys. You know, the only difference is time. The only difference is the consistency. The only difference is that now we believe in ourselves. So I'm going to just pass it back to Joey to kind of close it out. We're here to help you guys. Make that list. Hit up that list. Let's throw your launch party. Let's make a decision today to get your business off the tarmac into your dreams and goals that you have.
I was just going to open it up. If you guys have any, well, real quick, guys, comment in the thing. If you want to hit Platinum 600 or above, comment 444 in the comments. I'm going to unmute this.
Awesome.
You guys got any questions at all? Anyone on this call have any business building questions?
Yeah, sounds good.
Very
I'll
nice.
hop on the podcast chat. You guys have an amazing time.
Four.
Glad to have you on board.
Hey.
All right, awesome. You have a great night.
I think I'll be fine.
There's so many people talking. They can raise their hand. If you have a question, raise your hand on here. It says
What's going on, everybody?
You get that? Also, it's here. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute the line. I don't know what's going on. A lot of people, a lot of noise. Here and leaving this call, everyone should be doing the Zoom launch call. And leaving this call, everyone should set up a Zoom launch call. Or if you're in the Minneapolis Twin Cities area, we can do a launch party for you at your house. And if you want to do that, I'm more than down. I'd be more than happy to do that. If you live outside of Minneapolis Twin Cities, let's just do a Zoom launch call. If you haven't set one up, let's set it up. I know Bazunga's got one for tomorrow night at Monday. Boom. I know he's going to get his whole entire team down there in Arizona. He's probably got some people in Colorado that he's going to get on the call. He's fired up, and we're going to have a bunch of people on there for him, and we're really going to launch this off with him. And then we did a few launch calls today with Austin and Rigsby and stuff like that, and then Cole's got some launch calls. So that's what our goal is. If you want to do it in your house and you live in a different state, get a little bit more of a team popping, we'll come down there. If you live in the Minneapolis Twin Cities area, we can come right to your living room and make it happen. Come to Marty, we're coming to San Diego, brother. I mean, it's not going to be too hard to get us down there, that's for sure. Especially when we're from Minneapolis and it's winter. But everybody should be doing the Zoom launch calls. Miguel Mendez, Kansas City, bro. Let's make it happen. Marcus, let's make it happen. Lillian, Kylie, Kessler. We got a launch call tomorrow night, Kessler. I'm ready for that. Bozunga, you already know. Jeremy Bates, Chicago. Whitewater on the map. Hector, bro. We've been talking. Let's do a Zoom launch call, Hector. Damien, all you guys. I know there's a few people on the call that just got started. Carly, Cameron. And let's make it happen. Rigsby, I know you're crushing it down there in South Dakota, but I'm excited, guys. Morton called me the other day. He said, you have the fastest growing team for sure in the Midwest and probably in the United States right now. And so just know it wasn't us. It's all of us. It's all the team. And that's what's so cool. Everybody's firing on all cylinders. Iowa City is about to pop, baby.
Pop, baby!
Let's go make it happen. So, guys, with that being said, we got more calls tomorrow. Let's stay tuned. If you need anything, hit any one of us up, and let's go make it happen, guys.
Let's go!